Your choices for storing your boat are several. To start with, there's the ever-popular marina. Be prepared for this to add some monthly expenses to your budget. Marinas make their money by renting out the slips that you tie your boat up to. They can also add fees for electricity at the dock and water to hose your boat down with after each trip. Several marinas offer out-of-the-water storage as well. Your boat's kept in a rack system, and all you do is call them up when you want to use your boat, and they put it in the water for you, usually with a forklift. There's a charge for this service, but typically less than in-the-water storage. It's also a very secure way to keep your boat. Your insurance company will be the first to tell you that your boat will be harder to steal when it's 30 feet up in the air. Yacht clubs are much the same as marinas, but they charge a membership fee in addition to whatever type of on-site storage that you'll take advantage of. The upshot here is that several yacht clubs have great amenities for you to enjoy when you're not on your boat. Swimming pools, tennis courts, and great restaurants are not uncommon on some of the more expensive yacht clubs. The downside is it's a membership. You have to apply to join, and they don't have to accept you. And rules are usually much stricter. For trailer boaters, there's not too much additional expense here aside from registration fees and insurance. However, if you plan to leave your boat in your yard, you better check the local zoning regulations to see if you'll have any problems with that. Cranky neighbors can put quite a kink in your well-thought-out plans. As an alternative, you could store the boat and trailer at the marina for a nominal fee. Then you just drive down to the marina to launch your boat there instead of towing your boat to a ramp someplace else. Simple solution for a simple problem. If you keep the boat and trailer in your yard or driveway, you'll also need to look into homeowners insurance to cover your assets.
A mooring is a system where you're basically securing your boat on the water to a heavy mushroom-type anchor. This is a cost-effective alternative if you can't trailer your boat, and they cost considerably less than dock space. There's usually just a modest seasonal rental fee for both the mooring itself and the space to sink it in.
But make sure you have a way to get out to the mooring. If you moor at a marina's area, they may have a launch to take you out to the boat, possibly for an additional fee, but they're not available 24/7. As an alternative, you're looking at getting a small boat called a dinghy that you'll use to row out to your boat. Make sure you can store that dinghy someplace too. Generally, if you pay for the mooring, you're allowed a space for the dinghy.
Now that you've paid dearly for a nice boat, take some smart steps and protect it from theft. Use the same preventative measures that you would to protect any other valuable piece of property you own.
Keep all expensive equipment out of sight when you're not on board. I like to keep all my equipment in a boating bag that I take with me to the boat. This will have the first aid kit, survival kit, food and water supplies, as well as the GPS and handheld radio. When I leave the boat, they come with me in the bag. Keep accurate records of the hull identification number found on the upper right of the transom or rear of your boat, as well as plenty of pictures to help identify it to authorities. If you keep your boat on a trailer, you might as well hang a sign on it that says, "Pull your truck up here." Get a trailer lock, chain the boat to the house, remove a tire, or whatever else it takes to prevent your trailer from going away with your boat. And don't forget the obvious, when you pull up to a restaurant or gas dock, take the keys with you when you step off the boat. Even if you don't have keys on your small outboard, you can remove the fuel line. Just don't leave an easy way available to have someone take off with your boat.
And for goodness sakes, insure it. Aside from being required in most states, sometimes nothing will stop a thief who is dedicated to his task no matter what you do.
Remember back in the beginning of this section we said that boating is a skill, and like all other skills, the more you do it, the better you become at it? Well, that's certainly true, and for boating, it also goes one better. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Take the trailer boater, for example. After you hook up the trailer to the car a few times, you get the hang of how to do it quicker and easier. Not on a trailer? Well, how many times have you gotten out of the boat and realized that you forgot something? After a while of this, you get into the habit of keeping your gear organized so that it's ready to go whenever you are, all in one spot with the coolers right there waiting to be filled. I like to do all the shopping a few days early too, and have the food ready to go into the cooler so that on boating day, all I have to worry about are the things that I have no control over, like the wind and the weather. I haven't the time or need to worry about whether we have enough soda for the passengers or towels for everyone. Lay all that stuff out ahead of time and the worries are behind you. The bottom line is, you spent a lot of money on your boat. Don't you think it's worth the time and effort to make it enjoyable?
Come on.
Now that's smart boating.
All right, give me a beer while you're there.